Раз, два, три. Раз, два, три. Раз, два, три. Раз, два, три. Раз, два. Так. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять. Так, алло. Раз, два, три. Раз, два, три. Раз, два, три. Алло, как слышно? Алло, кто смотрит?
Here we go, about to jump back into the Rift for another time today after what I think has been the most anticipated match. That was going to be SNG taking himself the toll on the Tribe 3-2. It was an insane showcase of skill, talent, and determination for the two of these teams, but unfortunately only one can win. As we know, those are the rules when it comes down to it, and Singularity will be the first team to make it to the first place finals. Now the question is, as I said earlier before the break, who is going to be their opponent in that first place finals here for the first edition of the Rift Showdowns for the European region? That's the question we're about to answer. My name is Maxman, once again, one of your commentators for today, and we're the one and only Highland Wolf to get through another BO5. Man, that last game was 2 hours long. This one, you know, is potentially going to be 2 hours long also.
Yeah, potentially another 2 hours here with you, Maxman. I want to have that because you know how much I love spending time with you, but it is going to be the Nadisvincia starting off the bands in the second series. And it's going to be Corky and Six off the board for Nami and Trovanova. They take one page at a time to book and say no Lux today coming for you, Nadisvincia. We take it off the board with Oriana.
Man, Lux from noob tier to triple quadra S tier.
Pickle ban.
Lux now is just feels like Escanor in 7 Deadly Sids, and you just hit midday, it's like high noon, and you just hit power spike. So it seems like it's going to keep on going for that one. Banning away the Mumu. Has something been happening recently that I'm not too sure about? Unless they just want to, unless they just because they're blue side, they want to leave as many picks open as possible. to try and get
But like, there's
pick
so
up some
many
strong
picks, you can
That's the
ban
thing, there are
something
so
already.
many.
Yeah.
And if you do your homework on Trovo Nova, you can also ban away some really strong picks. Like, for me at least, what I would decide to ban away, I would ban away the likes of maybe a Gragas or some annoying picks. Like,
Right.
there are so many picks that Trovo Nova are renowned for that what?
Dude.
What?
I'm already dumbfounded. We're only in game 1 in the ban phase here. Max, man.
My brain.
These bad, dude, I am. This must be something coming out from either side. No way do both teams choose to ban away, arguably, in my opinion, the worst mid laner in the game and probably the worst jungler in the game in the ban phase.
We're going to be seeing Garen on the Fiora, another one trick. Well, not really one trick. I think he's been shown a few other skills on other champions, but Garen does play an insane amount of this Fiora, so he's going to be going towards that one. I'm completely A-okay with that. I think the first pick, you just can't go wrong with it. It's a relatively hard champion to counter at that, so we're going to be going for that one. Oh, okay, so there was a misclick. I do hear, Brownie, it was a misclick coming out from Na'Vi, so they did ban Akali instead of a Mumu. So instead of a Mumu, just think it's an Akali. That's all we're gonna say. Akali is not gonna get picked up in this one. Maybe a Mumu though. Hey, maybe.
Maybe a Mumu. Yeah, it's sniped up instead. 2 Mumus on the board, imagine. As your worst nightmare, Max, man. But it will be Misfortune alongside the Wukong here. And this is something that we definitely see in 2.1b, right? In the ADC lane is if Desire comes off the board, and we don't see it so much with the Rakan, but I say that, Nanda's Vincia prove me wrong here again. They pick up the Rakan just as I say that. But it's Misfortune alongside Kai'Sa that are hands down the 2 most common ADC lane picks. And if the Misfortune isn't taken off the board, you actually often see Misfortune picked up over everything else in that Dragon lane.
I mean, just Misfortune is so good. We saw it earlier. It was an easy quadra kill coming down through from Redemption on it. Though, that's the pick we have not seen the entirety of last match of Tribe versus SNG, so we're going to be seeing a little bit of the Galactic Dragon Boy. I'm pretty hyped up about that one. It's going to be played in
Galactic Dragon Boy,
which Sky has been playing, especially some sick champions, but Oriental's not really the one that comes to mind when I think of Sky. So let's see if that is going to be able to find some amount of success. But now Trovo Nova, they got the ADC, they got the jungler. And hey, man, Daddy Gragas from Rampog from last game seemed like he's going to get picked up once again. And you know what? The thing about Gragas, he can play in any position and he works in every single situation up against so many different compositions. Gragas is the best flex pick. It was not picked early on, but here you just can't say it's not going to work. It works just fine into this composition.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you here. But interestingly enough, they bring in the Olaf, right, as well. Not even a hard CC composition coming through from Natus Vincia, except for the Celestial expansion and also the quickness coming through from the Rakan. But interestingly, they go for the Lee Sin here. So not to try bring more CC to the table, but mainly to bring in early game jungle presence to match the Olaf that is coming through for the side of Trovo Nova's composition. And also combining that with Desire, we already mentioned it, worked well with the Rakan and will enable with the Rakan through the late game stage. But Trovo Nova here, Max Man, they often do pick up Blitzcrank, and I'm not surprised to see Trovo once again here versus Na'Vi in a best of 5 matchup throw the Blitzcrank out against him.
So I'm very
Второй раз в Best of 5 они Blitzcrank берут против Na'Vi.
I will say, even though I love Blitzcrank, don't get me wrong, I love the champion to bits. I do not like Blitzcrank in this comp. I really don't. I don't know what you think, Highland. I'm looking
at pull them into the bullet time, right? And then you have the Cyclone combination. You have the explosive cast combo. So it's a lot of disruption.
The main issue that I'm thinking, so I'm going to cut you because I really want to put my point forward here before we do get into the game.
No, I want to hear it.
We have Blitzcrank here that is going to be here to bring the fight to you, right? You go for the grab, bring a target to you, make it a lot easier for your team to follow up. But you got this Wukong, you got this Gragas, you got this Olaf, which typically are dive champions. There's some issues going to be down to the Senji in those team fights because you have a dive composition, but if you will dive on like one target to get grab, I think that they could have gone for support to follow up on those dives and to assist the likes of Olaf. I think that especially the likes of potentially if Lux was open, I think that would have been a good one. I think that also could have seen a Janna come on through with those big shields that were really dominant in those last few matchups. I'm not happy with Blitzcrank, and not only that, Look at Navi's comp, mobility for the Fiora, for the Rakan, for also the Lee Sin and the Xayah. The only real target you can go for is going to be this Dragon Boy that you can really go for the grab on. And even then, you know he's going to go for a Stasis Enchant later on into the game because that's typically what gets purchased for an Aurelion Sol. I'm not a fan. I'm maybe being critical, and he might just carry the entire game for his team. But right here, I would not go for Blitz instead of... I would go for other picks instead of Blitz in the support position.
I think, yeah, I do agree with the fact that keep in mind both the Braum and the Alistar open. I think it's probably like a game in a long while here, Max Man, where we've not seen Alistar Braum banned or picked here by either side. But once we actually see the Rakan and the Blitzcrank picked up instead. But I agree to you in some extent that Trovo Nova, they had those picks open, but also keep in mind that going in with the Alistar means pretty much free It means that the Rakan can just jump over you when you choose to dive in. The Aurelion Sol has the Celestial Expansion, which going in is going to be even bigger than the range of the Headbutt Pulverized combo. So it does make a little bit of a sense here to bring in the Blitzcrank for a long-range pool onto a more immobile carry like an Aurelion Sol or like a Xayah who relies on her Featherstorm. So even if you don't mind it, you will be getting with a Blitzcrank, as we talked about in the previous series, a lot of mental pressure on the enemy team of when to engage, and also a lot of maybe slowly burning down the artillery coming out of Na'Vi.
Hopefully, I hear, there we go. I got an information from Kostas on the production side of things, and apparently can't pick champs. Okay, so now we cannot pick champs. Yeah, they got an Evelyn actually. I just realized got an Evelyn. I didn't even see that. So, seems like, guys, unfortunately, we're going to have to go for a short break, get the reset underway, and we're going to get into the game in hopefully just 3 minutes time. So, we'll be back as soon as humanly possible to get into our first game of the series between Trovo Nova and Na'Vi.
You see him in the top side bush to rotate immediately down to the bottom side, but oh, dude. The game would come.
Sky. Sky. Maybe not. And here we go. Once again, sorry and our apologies for the delay. We did have a little bit of an issue with the pick of Evelyn going away of Na'Vi, and because of that we had to do a reset, a rematch, a redo, a re-everything. The game. So we're going to be getting finally into game number 1 of this BF5 for the semi-finals between Trovo Nova versus Na'Vi.
Сразу Лисин взял просвет, а у этих взял Вуконг. Ну, лесники взяли, понятно.
Na'Vi, Trovo Nova, they were having fun during that little
Dude, they had a 5 minutes of action themselves, a precursor perhaps
Vex
to
was getting
engage.
Vex was smurfing. He was smurfing in that reset.
Dude, Vex was on a roll, dude. The game would come.
Sky. Maybe not worth it to put a ward down. The grab can come through. He's going to get hit down. He's still got flash. He will make it away. That's still one summoner out instantly. A little bit unfortunate, I gotta say.
Yeah, I think that gets caught out based on their positioning early on. Don't expect the Blitzcrank where you see him in the top side bush to rotate immediately down to the bottom side. But that is the case. Keep in mind the Dragon lane is that lane that he will be going to. So I think it's just a little bit of a misfortunate play, miscalculation there from Sky, but it does cost him flash early on. Shouldn't result into too much. Because it is only going to be drags early on. The Aurelion Sol can stay some distance away, but it will be much harder in the lane for him.
Oh, nice little engagement to the bottom side. Nice knock up from the Blitzcrank. Maybe forcing a flash away. Great blade caller from Mumu. Maybe looking for the first one. He got hit by a minion last second. Mumu's going to be flashed upon by Grizz. That's going to be 2 games in a row. We got first blood going away with a Blitzcrank. Maybe get full double kill. What?
Шикарно.
Grizz.
Ghost coming in.
What's happening? But Ghost is like, I'm not messing with this Blitzcrank. He's fed,
Dude,
man.
I don't want to triple these. Is Blitzcrank gonna go ADC this way? Never mind. He's popping off. Throws and Billy's that minion back through, and that'll be the lane pushed up against them. Means that they'll lose XP going through, lose gold, and also keep in mind they catch Ghost out now on the scuttle. That's not worth it, my man. That's another kill going over to Misfortune. Sky is gonna make it 2, but can Bayhos find it? Flash in, won't get the confirm.
He's got to use the Barrier though, top side of 5. Got the repost, Barrier 2. Can he get the one basic attack? No! Clemmer just keeps outrunning it the entire time, and that's going to be 1 kill going over to Clemmer. And we talked about it, especially in this one. If we do see this guy get ahead early on, he's going to be unstoppable with the amount of CC that could be thrown his way in the entirety of Na'Vi.
Yeah, it's a very early game composition. You have every single on the composition of Trevor Nova strong in the early game. Some fall off to late, some just get even more brilliant, like the Misfortune, like the Gragas with his potential and explosive cask. Choosy, being a little bit careful with where he walks up there, because Grizz was coming in. And know that rocket grab will come through. But the fact that you have 4 kills already, you have a 3,000 goal lead in literally just over 2 minutes, that is obliteration through this early game for Trevor Nova, not just a strong composition.
And making our way towards 4K already, which is
Garen's going to be
mental. 5. Though top side, nice lead, that's going to be 2 kills going his way, and he makes it out alive. Clemmer, how do you do that twice in a row? He's 2-0. He's absolutely gaming on this one. And he's just going to go back to base, and he's going to get his first item. He's already got himself 3K gold. He's making his way towards his first item very soon. And also, he's already started going for some anti-healing, which I do enjoy quite a bit. Sky going to be not hitting anyone with that Celestial Expansion, able to just block away the escape route, which was the main course of action. And Na'Vi going to secure the first kill of the game himself.
На перерез так ультой
He's not
залетал.
going to be able to do too much there. Unfortunately, against Gang, Blitzcrank is not the best champion to have in those scenarios. And at the end, good roam.
Фортуне некуда было
Aurelion
уходить.
Saw still that good, despite the nerf on his damage. His roaming capability will just
Ну,
absolutely
Блицкранк вообще шикарен, конечно.
That's going to be a nice dodge away from Mimi onto the grab.
Yeah, forces Flash, not Flash, sorry, the first storm away here from the Zai. But that is crucial here, mates, man. That is an 80-second cooldown. 10 seconds away from the Ocean Drake. That is not going to be there. And that means that early game pressure has now been used to such great effect to the point where you can't even realistically enter the pit because you don't have any callback. And the only real stop here into the side of Trevor Nova's composition is this Rakan with the quickness. But you know, as soon as he goes in, that guy is not coming back out. He charms and you kill the entire team of Trevor Nova, or you die trying.
That's exactly how it's going to be working out, I believe. Really good point there, Highland. I think that we'll have to see, especially as the fight should be coming very close to the likes of this Ocean Drake into the river. Vex is going to try and set up a little bit for that one, try to go for the grab in mid. Unfortunately, Grizz not going to be able to find any success on that one. But still, he is 2-0. I would say at this point, go full AP Blitzcrank. Should be good. You should be able to do a little bit of work, hopefully.
Rod of Ages first time.
Just Rod of Ages. Just go do 4 rapid first. Okay, that's how you're going to be going with it. Now, they're going to go for the Ocean. They do have vision given away, though Ghost, the team, there you go. They're going to join up, try to go for a random grab. Didn't have information in a tri-bush. Who's going to be on the front line? Could go for a nice knock-up. Does that exactly onto Juicy. Celestial Expansion through the wall. Going to transzone him away. Good stuff, but though Explosive Cask and stolen away. Nicely done by Na'Vi. They find himself a kill initially too onto the enemy Wukong. Forcing flashes away, trying to reposition. They're just chasing them down like it's absolutely nothing. Ghost, I don't know why he was trying to get too close to that tower there. You can't hug those, unfortunately. But man, the engage from Sky, that Celestial Expansion to zone everyone away was just clinical in that fight.
That was so crucial to getting those 3 kills, to getting that Ocean Drake. They get a turret on top of this, the first turret bonus, despite how much pressure was going through from that Olaf.
Уверенно были, что крипы заберут, поэтому начали ТП. Отлично. Двоим сбил ТП. Блицкранк с такими сапогами, это вообще, конечно, интересно. Супер мобильно.
Advantage in their hands.
Some nice little bounties off of that.
Интересно, всегда он так играет или только когда у него счет был на один?
In the good position this entire game, so hopefully she's going to be able to put herself back on her 2 feet, get himself fed, and do like redemption last game and get himself a quadra kill was a few 1-taps. That was really good stuff from him. Blitz, as always, going to be waiting in the bush. They know that they got full control of the riverside. They got himself also the scuttle, so their vision has been so far denied away. They have 1 ward a little bit higher from the scuttle. They know they're going to get pushed away eventually. Going to be using the explosion. No way, that's just
Вытянул.
right through the bridge.
Отлично.
Silence the way, can't move that. Oh,
Очень, очень красиво.
he threads the needle perfectly. Right next to the
Вот он
blue.
блицкранк.
Explosive cast, denying away Sky.
Ну, непонятно, почему они Геральда вывели, но хотя уверены были, что не пойдут.
Now they're going to get that held for free. Grizz, what a grab that was.
Какой он быстрый. Какой он быстрый. И еще и вытянул. Какой. Ну все, я фанат этого игрока. До конца идет. Отлично. Все, улетело, утонуло. Попало. Искупление по троим. Своих ухиливает. Ну, залетел. Ну, немножко, конечно, зря бежали так далеко. Почувствовали уверенность. Но хотя Олаф пушит и Вуконг.
Both teams trying their best to push every single objective lead they can, every single bit of gold they can into their favor. And I wanted to talk quickly on that downtime, but I say downtime because Vex just going back in again to that kill. Ghost goes down half health, and now Riz jumping in for that pick.
Опять побежал.
Fred's away for now.
Yeah, what was the point? Go on, you got time now. They're not going to get.
You have the Black Cleaver, right? Both on the Olaf, on the Wukong.
Yeah.
And you have the armor penetration, up to 24% stack of armor penetration on both of them. What would have made more sense to me, just in a very small point of build, is one of them goes Yumu's potentially for the Wukong here, and the Olaf goes at Black Cleaver alongside the Thornmail because he's going more of that run and gun, dive and tank. So going a little bit more Yumu's on Wukong gives you a little bit more damage and would have actually been better in terms of movement speed to maneuver around those early fights and maybe pick up that Ocean Drake objective from it.
That can actually help out quite a fair bit, potentially to go towards the Yumu's, but it's a little bit too late. They already purchased those items.
Too late indeed, yeah.
Maybe secondary items.
Так, что по фарму? У Лиси на 6000, у Вуконга 5600. Ну, в
That's a red time to pop the Herald instantly into a Dragon Kick. Actually putting Veos
да, мисплей.
Sorry, Hydra should I say, not Veos. So should expansion coming from the backside, trying to go into tower. Grizz, Hydro going to go for the heal up onto those honey fruits. As Veos knows that this is going to be a bit too much, going to give that clear the vision, take full on control, and that Herald is actually a lot more impactful than why was initially tower. Maybe looking for a second ramification forward.
Разные позиции держит. Отлично утонул. Фортуна отлично утонул. Отлично свалил.
He will not be able to hit that one, but man, Mumu in such a dangerous spot, yet so rewarding as he allows two kills to go their way.
Zaya blew that dragon's health bar through the roof and secured it for the side of Na'Vi. And that was just, as you say, not only a heads-up play on the route, but also to make sure that that dragon gets secured by the side of Na'Vi. For the jungle of Trovanova to jump in and find that smite. As a result, they also not only take it in third.